Hello everyone and welcome back for some more Drag Race gossip, secrets and drama. So I'm back for another Roscoe's recap, and this viewing party was for season 16 episode 15, and the guest this week was Kandy Muse. Today we're going to be talking about the lip sync gag that Megami was told she was not allowed to do, why Kandy Muse will never go back on Drag Race, and Kandy also reveals some backstage tea about All Stars 8 and why she regrets going on the season. All that and more coming up in today's video, so let's get started. So they started by talking about the first lip sync in this week's episode, which was the lip sync Lollapalooza SmackDown for the eliminated queens. And the lip sync was between Dawn and a mandatory meeting. Kandy said, quote, "It started off a little rough, I ain't gonna lie," but then Kandy said that Amanda did give, quote, "sexy kitten and puss" eventually. Kandy also said she appreciated that they did almost the full song for the lip sync, which Kandy thinks is good, but then Kandy said that some of her lip syncs that she did on Drag Race had been cut up and edited weirdly. Carmel then asked if the queens performed the full song in the lip sync, and Kandy said you do perform the full song, which is usually about 3 minutes. And then Naysha said that they then edit it down in post-production in the episode to be shorter, but they do actually perform the full song. Kandy then said, quote, "It's edited for whoever they want to stay," and everyone laughed, and Kandy then said, quote, "I'm only saying that because it happened to me, production's favourite." Naysha then brought up that one of the lip sync songs in this episode was Milkshake by Khalees, and Naysha asked Kandy if there was a story behind this for Kandy for this song. And if you've been watching my Roscoe's recaps for a while, you may remember that Naysha had talked about this during All Stars 8, but this time she was asking Kandy directly about it. Kandy at first joked and pretended she had no idea what Naysha was talking about, and Naysha prompted her a bit. Kandy then revealed that on All Stars 8, the final lip sync song between her and Jimbo was originally going to be Do You Wanna Funk, but then on the morning of the finale lip sync, production said that they wanted to switch the song to Milkshake. Kandy then said that she, quote, "threw a tantrum" and said, quote, "You think you're slick, you're going to give Milkshake to the bee with the titty bibs." And it's implied that she was saying that production were trying to favour Jimbo by giving her Milkshake because that song aligns more with Jimbo's style. Kandy then said that she walked off set and told them to, quote, "call my mother" to come and pick her up. And she also said that she refused to be in the finale if they used that song. And she also told production to bring back Jessica Wilde, who had been eliminated the episode before, because Kandy said she wouldn't do it. Kandy also said her favourite part was that when this was all happening, Jimbo just said, quote, "What are you talking about?" and was acting confused as to why Kandy was reacting like this. And Kandy said, quote, "B, you know what the F is going on, you ain't stupid." Batty Davis then asked Kandy what her relationship is like with Jimbo, and Kandy said they are good and she loves Jimbo, but she joked that Jimbo never answers her texts. Kandy then said that if she could go back in time, she wishes that she had chosen Jimbo's lipstick and eliminated her in episode 10 when Jimbo and Jessica were in the bottom and Kandy had to choose which of them to eliminate. Kandy also said if Naysha had been there still, she probably would have chosen Jimbo's lipstick because Naysha would have encouraged her to do it. But Kandy said the full tea is that Jessica said to Kandy not to pick Jimbo's lipstick, and Jessica said, quote, "You know what you need to do," implying that Jessica knew that Kandy had to pick her lipstick because it was the right thing to do. But Kandy said that not eliminating Jimbo was her biggest regret from All Stars 8. They then got to the moment when Mirage had to pick who she wanted to go up against in the lip sync SmackDown, and they were discussing who Mirage should pick. Kandy said that she would pick Plasma because, quote, "Plasma looked effing crazy in that lip sync she did last time," which was referring to when Plasma lip synced against Maya Iman LePage to the TikTok version of Bloody Mary, and everyone laughed. Later on, Carmel then asked Kandy how she felt about them giving away $50,000 to the winner of the Lip Sync SmackDown, and Kandy said that it was, quote, "bull bleep," and everyone laughed. Kandy then said that the, quote, "effed up part is that on All Stars 8, everyone won money except for Kandy, because Jimbo won the grand prize, Lala Ree won the fame games, and then all the other queens were playing mini games in the workroom and won prize money, and the only person who didn't get any money was Kandy." And Cara asked if Candy got anything as the runner-up of the season, and Candy said she got nothing. Candy also said that she competed on season 13 and was the runner-up and also got nothing, but then she said that on season 14 the runner-up got $50,000. And Candy joked that World of Wonder, quote, has a vendetta against me. Candy then said it's good that the queens get paid because Drag Race is expensive, and Candy revealed for All Stars 8 she spent around $40,000 on her runway outfits. They then watched Mirage's lip sync, and they asked Candy how she felt about it. And Candy said she liked it, and then there was a pause, and Candy said Mirage did the splits and a backbend, which is what Mirage knows how to do. Naysha then asked if Mirage has maybe shown all of her cards already, and Candy said that's exactly what she thought when she watched the lip sync, and she said, quote, you went in, did your moves, what do you have for the next one, we're gonna see. And Cara said that they hadn't seen the heel clacking yet, but then the other people joked that they already saw Amanda do it in the first lip sync. Naysha then said it's hard learning so many lip sync songs, and production will often remove songs and add in new songs at the last minute. And Candy said that on season 13, production added a Whitney Houston song for the finale at the last minute, and they only had 2 days to learn it. And all of the top 4, which was Candy, Gottmik, Simone and Rosé, all agreed that they were not going to learn the song, and they went to production and said that they needed to change the song. But Candy said production said no and made them do the song anyway, so their plan did not work. But Candy said that they were the first season's top 4 who tried to do something like that. They then watched the 3-way lip sync between Plasma, Tsunami and Maya to the song Milkshake, and Candy said that Plasma looked, quote, effing crazy, and everyone laughed. Candy then went on to say, quote, oh, I am disgusted. I have never in my life seen such profanity on stage. The wig into an even uglier wig. The mannerisms. I think we should just end the show. We should all go home now. We need to evaluate what we all just watched. And everyone was laughing, and Naysha said that Candy was, quote, so stupid. Candy then said that Plasma, quote, needs to be banned from Drag Race. I don't want to see her on All Stars. But Candy was laughing, so it was presumably just a joke. Naysha then said that the song was at a level 5, whereas Plasma was at a level 100, and they all said Plasma was going a bit too hard with the choreography. But Candy said that Plasma was, quote, getting her life, and Candy said, quote, girl, I live. They then talked about Megami and her various lip syncs in the episode, and they said that the queens thought that they were being strategic by picking Megami, but then Megami ended up by, quote, eating them up. And Candy said that the queens were basing their opinions of Megami's lip syncing talents based on one lip sync that she lost, but Megami proved them wrong. Naysha also said that regardless of who wins this SmackDown overall, Megami, quote, won this episode, period, and everyone cheered. Naysha also said that Megami was smart because she was matching her lip sync specifically to each song, and, quote, a backflip is a backflip in every song, it's exactly the same. But Megami was very smart and her performances were very different, and she had a gag for each of the 3 lip syncs. And on that note, Megami spilled some interesting backstage tea about this episode on an Instagram live video, which I was made aware of by one of my followers at Spacker1, who sent me a screen recording of Megami's Instagram live. In the Instagram live, Megami said she didn't plan on being in the finale, so she hadn't learnt all of the lyrics to the final song, which was Gonna Make You Sweat, Everybody Dance Now. Megami said she knew all of the girl parts in the song, but she didn't know the male rap part in the middle because she didn't think she would ever get to the finale. But that's why she had the idea for the hand puppet, just in case she was in the finale, and that would be a way for her to get around not knowing that part of the song. And that means that potentially what Maya had said in her confessional in the episode about Megami not knowing the words may have actually had some truth to it. Megami also revealed some backstage tea in the Instagram live about a reveal that she wanted to do, but production told her she wasn't allowed to. Megami explained that she brought several gags for the lip syncs, and production had told the queens that if they had a gag or a reveal, they needed to tell production so that they could be prepared to know where they had to be to capture it on camera. But one of the gags that Megami wanted to do was that she had printed out a headshot photo of RuPaul and she had cut out the mouth. And Megami planned to put the piece of paper over her face so that Megami's mouth was where RuPaul's cutout mouth was, to make it look like RuPaul was lip syncing. But apparently production said that they weren't allowed to use that particular photo of RuPaul and told Megami that she was not allowed to do that reveal. And Megami said that she was annoyed because that would have been a really fun reveal. And Megami didn't say why they couldn't use that specific photo of RuPaul, but I assume it may have been to do with something like copyright. But I just thought that this was some interesting backstage tea that Megami spilled, and Megami said that this was an Instagram Live exclusive. Anyway, back to Roscoe's, and they then got to the moment when Morphine Love Dion won the Lip Sync Smackdown, and they all cheered and clapped for Morphine and said that she had done such a great job. They then moved on to the Q&A session, and one of the questions was what Candy's relationship is like with her drag mother Aja and her drag sister Dahlia Sin, who all used to be part of the House of Aja. And just as some backstory in case you don't know, you may remember that on season 13, in the first episode, when Candy was asked if she was part of the House of Aja, Candy said that she used to be but no longer is. And Aja was once asked about the downfall of the House of Aja in an interview with Joseph Shepherd, and I'll put a link in the description to the full clip which you should go and check out because it was really interesting. But in the interview, Aja basically said that she had used her platform when she had been on Drag Race to help boost Candy and Dahlia's careers before they got on Drag Race. But they had a falling out because Aja felt like the others, particularly Candy, wasn't being respectful to her, and they'd always had a complicated relationship. But Aja accepted that she was also partly responsible for the falling out as well. But back to Roscoe's, and Candy said that Aja is her drag mother, whereas Dahlia is her drag sister. And Candy said that she was, quote, a little bit shady on season 13 towards Aja, and people therefore thought that they didn't have a good relationship. But Candy added that like any friendship, you fall out sometimes, but then you make up. But Candy said that Aja is, quote, her biggest supporter, and Aja really helped Candy's career right from the start. Candy then said that she and Dahlia are good, but they don't keep up with each other as often as they used to, partly because they live in different places. But when they do see each other, they have a great time. Candy also added that she would love to see Dahlia and Aja back on Drag Race because she felt that they didn't get a great edit on the show. And Candy added that she will never go back to Drag Race a third time because she has nothing left to prove, and she thinks that there are so many other people that should be given an opportunity. Candy also said that it's been difficult navigating her drag family because Candy made it a lot further on Drag Race than anyone from her drag family did, and she's had a lot of opportunities because of it, and she wants her drag family to get the same opportunities and go back on the show. There was then another question, which was, if Candy could go back in time, is there anything she wished she had known before going on Drag Race? Candy said that on season 13, because Aja and Dahlia had told her so much about how Drag Race works, she already knew so much stuff, so she was prepared. But Candy said for All Stars 8, even though she had a good time, she wishes that she had said no to All Stars 8. And the reason is because, in Candy's opinion, because All Stars 7 was so well received, All Stars 8, quote, didn't get the treatment it deserved. Candy also said that All Stars 8 didn't get the edit it deserved either, and they filmed a lot of arguments and drama, but a lot of it was cut from the show. And this does make sense because at the time when All Stars 8 was announced, Candy had said that she felt that All Stars 8 was going to be as dramatic as good as the earlier seasons of Drag Race. But then a lot of people said that it wasn't, and they questioned why Candy had said that. But it sounds like Candy is saying that they did have a lot of arguments and drama, but it just for some reason wasn't shown in the edit. However, Candy also said that she is forever indebted to Drag Race and it gave her her career, but she doesn't think that the cast of All Stars 8 got the treatment they deserved. Naysha also said that because All Stars 7 was such a beautiful season with no eliminations, it was really well received, so it was hard then going into All Stars 8, which did have eliminations. Naysha also said she thinks that there should not have been any eliminations on All Stars 8. And Candy added that the whole cast really thought that there would not be any eliminations on All Stars 8 because of what had happened on All Stars 7. And so when they got to set to film All Stars 8 and they found out there were eliminations, apparently they were all disappointed. One of the audience members then asked if they think the fan votes matter to the final outcome of the season, as in when the audience tweet whether they are hashtag Team Saphira, Nymphia, Plain Jane or whoever. Candy said in her experience she was runner-up twice and received less votes than the winner, so in her opinion the fan votes do potentially matter. Naysha then said she thinks it's a way for production to gauge how the audience would feel about a particular queen winning. And if the finale is between 3 queens and 2 of the queens get way more votes than the third queen, it's unlikely that that third queen is going to win because the fans would probably be upset about it. But they also said it depends on whether the finale is a lip sync for the win, because if it is, it doesn't really matter and only the lip sync matters. And she used the example of Sasha Velour versus Shea Coulee on season 9 because everyone thought that Shea was going to win the season because she had the most amount of wins, but then Sasha did the petal reveal in the lip sync and it changed everything. Another audience member then asked whether they prefer a top 3 or a top 4. Candy said for someone like Q, it must be really horrible to get that close to the finale and then be, quote, ripped away at the last minute. But Naysha then asked the audience whether they think that Q would have slayed in the top 4, and the audience shouted no, and they then told them not to be mean about Q. But Naysha said that that's what she was also thinking, and that's probably what production was thinking as well. And so that's potentially why they eliminated Q, because they thought it was unlikely that she was going to win the show anyway, and everyone gasped a bit and laughed. But Naysha said she loves Q, and Candy joked and said that Naysha's thoughts do not represent the thoughts of everyone at Roscoe's, and everyone laughed. And finally, an audience member said that both Naysha and Candy are not just passive-aggressive, but aggressive-aggressive on social media. And they asked if they both still find themselves picking every little fight that people drop at their doorstep, or do they want to just appreciate peace in their lives? Candy said that during season 13, she would, quote, pick every fight that was thrown my way, and on All Stars 8, it was more like half-half. But Candy said that now, having had her daughter Tsunami Muse on season 16, Candy said she told Tsunami and the other queens on season 16 that, quote, people are going to have opinions about you whether you do great or not. And it's your decision on how you receive those opinions, and you can fight back with everyone on Twitter, but what's the point? Candy said she hadn't fought with anyone online in a really long time, and she now doesn't care because her career is doing well and she doesn't have time to argue with people online. And Candy said it's difficult when people are spreading lies about you online and you want to correct them, but even if you do, it doesn't really change people's opinion of you, and Candy said she just doesn't care anymore and hateful people need to get a life, and everyone clapped for Candy. So there you go, there was the Roscoe's recap for Drag Race Season 16, Episode 15. Do you agree with the outcome of the Lip Sync Smackdown? And who do you think is going to win Season 16? Let me know in the comments. And I just want to give a special shout out to my Patreon member Shelby, who upgraded their membership to You're a Winner Baby, and also my newest Patreon member Shara, who joined in the You're a Winner Baby tier. Shelby and Shara, you are both winners, baby. And I'd just like to give a shout out to all of my incredible Patreon members. In the You're a Winner Baby tier we have Alan, Anna, Ashley, Bailey, Emerald1508, Ethan, Josh, Kat, Lisa, PC Smush, Rachel, Rochelle, Sam, Shelby, Shara and William. And in the Shantae You Stay tier we have Amy, Becky, Charlie, David, Emmy, Kerry, Linda and Stephen. You are all absolutely incredible. I love my Patreon so much. Your support really does truly mean so much to me, and it really does make a huge difference to my channel, so thank you all so much. And if you'd like to have your comment featured in my Have Your Say videos, as well as get early access to my videos and priority when submitting interview questions, please consider signing up to my Patreon and supporting my channel, and I'll put a link in the description. Please make sure you like, comment and share this video, as it really helps support my channel. And of course, please make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date about new uploads. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you'll join me again in future videos. Thank you, bye!